So I've been in community ed for over 8 years now, but then also it really kind of started with working with youth when I was 15, 16, working in park recreation programs. In college, I was a college hockey player, but then also had a work study that was at an elementary school. And I participated in the gym class, but then got recruited to help in the after school program. And after I said yes to the after school program, I just remember not feeling like it was really work. It was a lot of fun to educate the next generation, to kind of be the open ears for the kids when they had problems to talk to. So I really enjoyed that during my college years. And so after I graduated college, the job that I found, sometimes you feel like you get a job right away in the field that you want, and that's not usually the case. What I did was I worked at Best Buy corporate, and I was in the call center. And so all day I would take angry phone calls from customers who had bad experiences in local Best Buy, or I should say nationwide Best Buy stores. And I just remember coming home just drained with negativity, because that's all you got every single day. And then after about 2.5 years, I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. This is not for me. I don't like the way that I'm feeling. I need to do something that gives back to the community. And there was a position that opened up in Robbinsdale area schools for the Spanish Immersion Adventure Club program for their assistant site supervisor position. And I said, hey, why not? Like, I would love to switch gears and do it. Applied for it, got it. And from there, within Robbinsdale, I kind of grew to become an assistant supervisor for Adventure Club, supervisor of Adventure Club, and then kind of switch gears to more of like the youth development, adult enrichment, and then became like the director of enrichment and engagement at Robbinsdale. And then also before then, I never knew the levels of where I could grow to, but kind of along the way, there were different individuals that continued to push me to go more and move forward. And if I were to tell you, 8 years from now or 8 years earlier that I would become a director of community education, I would be like, forget it. Like that's not even possible for me. But, through a lot of encouragement, through people that look like me, I was able to say, yeah, I think I can do that too. And so now I am the director of community ed in ROCORI. Like I mentioned before, I didn't think that this was possible for me, a man of color. You don't see too many people of color being a director of education, but I will say Anthony Williams, who's the director in Robbinsdale area schools, when he walked through the interview doors, I was like, wait a second, he looks like me, he has dreadlocks like me, and he's the director? Wow, like if he can do it, I can do it. And I had a couple colleagues that helped push me towards that way, because I was thinking, okay, I really love athletics. Maybe I should be a director of athletics. But then they pushed me towards director of community education, because it was more family friendly for the family. So I think for me, seeing representation allowed me to continue to grow. But then also, it's a step-by-step process. So right now I'm still completing my Director of Education licensure. And in the beginning, it feels like a really daunting task, but you take one class at a time, you go with your cohort, and this is through the University of Minnesota, and you just chip away at it. And right now I'm at my last class, and I'll end in March, and hopefully can wrap it all up in mid-April or so. So if you're interested in becoming a director, I would say definitely do it. It's worth the learning experience, and the opportunities and the doors that open up for you are limitless. I think with community ed, there's so many areas of creativity that you can kind of adventure into. And that's what I really enjoy about it. Like, no day is the same. You're working with different programs, whether that's early childhood, preschool, adult enrichment, youth enrichment. You think about, like, the one thing that I think about is just impact. And with impact, it's not just, the preschoolers, but it's, for the people that are retired and looking for something to do. And, when you think about lifelong learning, that encompasses the whole, that age range, right? So, the reason why I enjoy community ed is because, I feel like I'm always learning new things. Like no day is ever the same. And, when you think of something, you can try to implement it and be creative with those activities. So. I participated in the finance series last year. Feels like a whirlwind ago, or a long time ago. But I participated in that, and that was really insightful. But then also I appreciate those opportunities to network. So whether it's at MCEA Leadership Days or just like the main conference in the fall, like I love being able to network and meet other community educators. Because sometimes you can kind of feel like you are dealing with issues just by yourself. And then when you go to these conferences, you're like, hey, I'm dealing with that too. How did you handle it? And then you can kind of collaborate. So I appreciate those opportunities to, bring the community in together as a whole. So then, we can just make our own communities better. I have spent some time in Tanzania, Africa. This was when I was in college. My senior year, we took a 3-week trip to Tanzania, and we had to fundraise the money to get there. And it was probably the best experience that I ever had because it allowed me to have a different worldview. Sometimes when I believe that every day is a good day, but sometimes there's days that are more challenging than others. But when you experience different cultures, you kind of have a different view on your problems. Your problems kind of become smaller. Do I have clean water? Do I have a roof over my head? All those little things, good roads to drive on. All of those things matter. And I think, experiencing the life in Tanzania, it makes you appreciate your own life in America. So that's probably one of the fun facts that I have. And that kind of helps me keep a nice positive mindset.